Welcome to this course of mathematical physics. I am Dr. Rajkishore Mishra. As in the last class, I discussed about the solution of a differential equation and integrating factor IF. So, let us discuss more about this, and in fact, if y is a function of, we have already discussed as a y as a function of x, where x is independent variable, y is dependent variable, and any equation involving the derivative of y with say this kind of thing. In general, any equation involving derivatives of y along with y is called a differential equation. Okay. So, the differential equation that involves the derivatives of the dependent variable and also the dependent variable, and that becomes an identity, or we can say dy by dx minus y is equal to 0. Okay. And in this equation, the very simplest type of equation, we can say that if it is in the form of h of y dy by dx is equal to g of x, then as I discussed in the last class, it can be written in the form like this, so that we can separate the variables y variable and x variable, and we can integrate both the sides, and we come out with an equation like h of y is equal to g of x plus a constant of integration. Okay. So, this is very simple, and this is when the differential equation is in a very simple form. This is the differential equation which involves the first derivative of y. So, it is called first order differential equation. If a differential equation involves the second derivative of y, then we call it second order derivative, and so on. So, we can have n order derivative having nth order differential equations. Okay. And if the differential equation involves the dependent variable and their derivatives with only one power, the power of derivative or the either the power of dy by dx or d square y by dx square or dqy by dx cube is 1, and the power of y is also 1. Okay. Then so, if the equation involves only the single power of dependent variable or its derivatives, and also there should not be the product of the dependent variables and the derivatives, then the equation is called linear differential equation. For example, the very general form of difference in a linear differential equation is, or in the first order differential equation is dy by dx plus px, p is a function of x, into y is equal to q of x. This is example of first order linear differential equation. Okay. Similarly, we can write the second order differential equation as d square y by dx square, in the general form, plus p of x into y p of x into dy by dx plus q of x into y is equal to say function f of x. So, we can, so these are the two examples of linear differential equations. This is first order linear differential equation, and you can see in this equation the highest derivative is second derivative. In a differential equation, the highest derivative, the order of the highest derivative is the order of the differential equation. Okay. So, this is the second order differential equation, and you can see everywhere in every term you can find only the single power of either y or its derivative. So, here d square y by dx square has power 1, dy by dx has power 1, and y has power 1, and in addition to that there is no product of dependent variable and its derivative. Okay. So, in this case only we can say it is a linear differential equation, and this one is our second order, this is our second order linear differential equations, second order linear differential equation. Okay. So, now we have discussed what are the linear differential equations, and again coming back to the solution of differential equation, the simplest form of linear differential equation is this, which is of course can be always arranged as in terms of separation of variables. I mean we can, if we can separate the y variable and x variable, then it is very easy to find the solution. Okay. But in the last class I have discussed that when it is not in the in this form, then we use or we take the help of an integrating factor. With an multiplying an integrating factor with the differential equation, we can very well convert it to this kind of separation of variables form, and we can have a solution of it. And the our general form of first order linear differential equation is this: any equation, any differential equation, first order differential equation, if it can be written in this form, then we call it a first order linear differential equation. And when we put the equation in this form, our integrating factor, as I have discussed in the last class, as the integrating factor is mu is equal to integration of e to the power p dx. This is called integrating factor. This we have discussed in the last class, and when we multiply this or we take this the help of this integrating factor, we find the solution in the general form as general solution is y is equal to 1 by mu into integration of mu into q of x dx plus c by mu. Okay. So, this is the general solution of this first order linear differential equation. Here mu is what? Mu is our integrating factor. So, whenever you are given a differential equation, you put it in, you write it in this form, then substitute the value of Px here, obtain the integrating factor, then find the solution. Okay. Let us solve an example. Okay. Let us write a differential equation x into dy by dx, x into dy by dx is equal to y minus 1. We want to solve this differential equation. So, first our task is to rearrange this differential equation in this form, in the linear first order differential form. So, we have to take x to this side, so that this implies dy by dx is equal to y by x minus 1 by x. Okay. This implies again dy by dx is equal to dy by dx minus y by x is equal to minus 1 by x. So, you can see that this equation is in the form of our standard first order linear differential equation form, that is dy by dx plus p of x into y is equal to q of x. So, comparing here, we get p of x is equal to minus 1 by x, and of course, q of x is equal to minus 1 by x. Okay. P of x is equal to minus 1 by x and q of x is equal to 1 by x. Then we have to find the integrating factor. What is our integrating factor? Mu. Mu is equal to e to the power integration of p dx. And what is p here? P is minus 1 by x. So, it is equal to e to the power integration of minus 1 by x dx is equal to e to the power integration of minus, I mean integration minus can be taken outside the integration, and we know in your class 12 level that integration of 1 by x dx is ln x. Okay. So, e to the power minus ln x, that is equal to e to the power ln x to the power minus 1, and that is e x to the power minus 1, because e to the power log x is equal to x. So, it is equal to 1 by x. Okay. So, our integrating factor mu is 1 by x. So, what will be the general solution? This is the general solution. So, let us put here the value of mu. So, we obtain y is equal to sorry, y is equal to 1 by mu, that is 1 by x, into integration of mu, that is 1 by x, into q of x. What is q of x here in this equation? Q of x is minus 1 by x also. So, into minus 1 by x dx plus c by mu. Okay. Or y is equal to how much? 1 by x is equal to x into integration of minus 1 by x square dx plus c by mu. Okay. In the place of mu we have to put 1 by, our mu is 1 by x. So, c by 1 by x, c by 1 by x. So, x comes to the denominator and it becomes cx, and this is equal to our y is equal to x into minus taken outside 1 by x square integration. 1 by x square means x to the power minus 2, its integration is x to the power minus 2 plus 1 by minus 2 plus 1, it is x to the power minus 1 by minus 1 means minus 1 by x. So, minus into minus they can, it becomes positive. So, x into 1 by x plus c x, x cancels. So, we are left with the solution of this equation as y is equal to 1 plus c x. Okay. So, the solution of the equation dy by dx minus 1 by x, sorry, dy by dx minus y by x is equal to minus 1 by x is y is equal to 1 plus c x, or this is the solution of this differential equation, x into dy by dx is equal to y minus 1. Okay. So, this is how we can solve a differential equation using the integrating factor. This is the importance of integrating factor, that this makes a convenient way to solve complex differential equations. Okay. Then and remember always that your solution of the differential equation, if you put it in the original differential equation, the identity equation holds good. I mean, it must satisfy the original differential equation. Okay, you can verify it. Our differential equation is this one, x into dy by dx is equal to y minus 1, or we can say x into dy by dx minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. This is the identity. Okay. So, if this is the solution, it must satisfy this equation. So, you can say that if we put here y is equal to 1 plus cx, so what will be dy by dx? Dy by dx is equal to c only, 1 plus cx, derivative of 1 is 0, c into x derivative is c. So, dy by dx is c. So, what we get is x into c minus, what is y? Y is minus 1 minus y is equal to 1 plus cx. So, minus 1 minus cx plus 1 is equal to 0. So, cx minus 1 plus 1, sorry, is equal to, this is equal to, we have to prove that this is equal to 0, and we see that this is equal to 0. So, it satisfies the differential equation. If it does not satisfy the differential equation, the identity does not hold good, then definitely there is a error, the solution is not correct. Okay, this is how we can always check it. Now, you can see that when we solve this differential equation, in the solution an arbitrary constant c comes, c is an arbitrary constant, you know. So, it can have any values. If it can have any values, then we can have a solution. I mean, we do not have an unique solution, we will have many solutions for different values of c, is not it? For example, let me give you the very simplest example. if or let us say dy by dx is equal to say 0. This is also a differential equation, right. Then what will be the solution? Y is equal to some constant m. Okay. No, let us say dy by dx is equal to x a. Then y is equal to, I mean dy is equal to x dx. A very simple way where we can separate the variables and integrate it. Integration of dy is equal to integration of x dx, or y is equal to integration of x dx is x square by 2 plus say c. Okay. Suppose I say dy by dx is equal to say 2, I put it in a number, then dy is equal to 2 dx, okay, or y is equal to integration of 2 dx plus some constant c, or y is equal to 2x plus c. Here y is equal to x square by 2 plus c. So, this is very simple, right, the solution of very simple differential equation. But why I discussed these simple equations? Only to give a better perception about what we are going to discuss about the initial value problem. You see, this solutions always involve these arbitrary constants. If we put c is equal to 1, I have got a solution y is equal to 2x plus 1. If I put c is equal to 2, I have a solution y is equal to 2x plus 2. If I put c is equal to 3, if I put c is equal to 0.1, I have a solution y is equal to 2x plus 0.1. So, what it means? We have infinite number of solutions of a particular differential equation, because we have the solution involves an arbitrary constants. So, geometrically if we plot this curve y versus x, you know this is in the form of y is equal to mx plus c, right, y is equal to mx plus c. It is the straight line equation and m is the slope, and slope is here 2, and y intercept of course c. So, this is the equation, the graph of the equation is like this. This is straight line equation whose slope is 2 and the y intercept is c, and since c is arbitrary, for different values of c I can have, if c is equal to 0, then the graph starts from the origin. So, I can have solutions like this, okay, infinite number of solutions. So, there are a family of curves. So, what it means, because of c we get a family of solutions. Family of solutions, or in the geometrical interpretation we have got a family of curves, okay. Similarly, if we plot this one with respect to x, y versus x, it is quadratic function. So, if c is equal to 0, the graph will be like this. I have already discussed that an even function is symmetrical about the y axis, and for c is equal to 1, say it is like this, c is equal to 2, say this is like this. So, again you get a family of curves, okay, family of curves. But if I put an initial condition, say at x is equal to 0, y is equal to say 3, suppose I put this condition, then at x is equal to 0, if y is equal to say 3, if this is 3, then I have got only this solution, this is a very particular solution, okay. So, the general solution, this what we write in the form of integrating factor, y is equal to 1 by mu integration of mu into p dx plus c by mu. This is a general solution of differential equation, general solution of differential equation. But when you put a condition, initial condition, when at x is equal to 0, y is equal to 3, then you can see, so for this equation y is equal to 2x plus c, if I put x is equal to 0, y is equal to 3, y is equal to 3 in this equation, then this equation implies that 3 is equal to 0 plus c means you have determined the value of c. So, you can fix the value of c. As you can fix the value of c, you can fix the solution. So, instead of having infinite number of solutions, out of all these families, only one curve gives the particular solution of this differential equation. So, for this initial condition, this solution gives a particular solution y is equal to 2x plus 3, because we have assigned the value of c is equal to 3 from these initial conditions. So, these are called initial conditions. Initial conditions. Similarly, here suppose I put x, I put an initial conditions x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2 say. This is the initial condition I put. Then at x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2, this equation gives you what? 2 is equal to c. So, y is equal to x square by 2 plus c. So, this is now a very particular solution, while this one is the general solution. This is the general solution. So, from the general solution of ordinary differential equation, okay, I have forgotten to mention about a term ordinary. All these differential equations I have discussed till now is called, they are called ordinary differential equations, because here the differential equation involves only one dependent variable. Here x is only one dependent variable, and the derivatives are exact derivatives. If the differential equation involves or the function involves more than one variables, then the exact derivatives will be replaced by the partial derivatives, and in that case our differential equation is called partial differential equation, right. So, all these equations we have discussed till now are called ordinary differential equations. Okay. So, from this is the general solution of ordinary differential equation, which involves an arbitrary constant c, and if you impose some initial conditions, then from that those initial conditions we can find the value of arbitrary constant, so that we can get a particular solution of a differential equation. So, this differential equation has this particular solution, while this one is the general solution. This one is the general solution, this is the general solution, and this is the particular solution. Okay. Here this is the particular solution, sorry, this is the general solution, and what is the particular solution? If we put, I mean our initial conditions, I have imposed initial conditions at x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2. So, that putting x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2, you get c is equal to 2, and the particular solution is y is equal to, this equation will become, sorry, here I have done a mistake, y is equal to x square by 2 plus, in the place of c I have to put 2, y is equal to x square by 2 plus 2. This is the particular solution. That means at x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2. So, if this is 2, then this is the graph that gives the particular solution, while this family of curves gives the general solutions. All this family of curves gives the general solution, while here this curve gives the particular solution when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2. So, that means, in other words, the for the particular solution, the curve will pass through a particular point which is defined by the initial conditions. So, the initial conditions, generally the initial conditions of a differential equations are initial conditions of a differential equation is specified by a pair of values, say x0 and y of x0 is equal to y0. Okay. That means the curve will pass geometrically, the curve will pass through this point x0, y0. Here in these two examples I have put x0 is equal to 0. So, that in this case I get y is equal to y0 is equal to 3 and in this case y0 is equal to 2. So, this curve passes must pass through 0 3 point, x0 is 0, y0 is 3, while this curve must pass through the point 0 2. Here 0 is the x0 and y0 is the 2. Okay. So, this is what we call the initial value problems. So, if you do not have an initial value problem, then what we obtain the solution as a general solution involving an arbitrary constants, and in fact it is infinite number of solutions. Geometrically speaking, it is a family of curves. While if we put initial conditions, then the general solutions are now confined to a particular solution, because we assign a particular value of arbitrary constant with the help of the initial conditions, and geometrically speaking, out of the family of curves we have the only one curve that specifies that particular solution, which passes through the point x0, y0, which are defined by the initial conditions. Okay. So, till now we have discussed what are the solutions of a first order linear differential equations and what are the initial condition, initial value problems of differential equations. Okay. Thank you.